Hi there, so today I'm going to talk with you about how I save my clients tens of thousands of pounds on their home extensions. So I'm going to be sharing with you 3 strategies that I use and that you can use too, so you can apply these to your home extension project. But first, before I get into that, I've got a few questions for you, and I'd love if you could comment below and let me know what your answers to these questions are, or just think about them. So do you think that building a much bigger extension, a huge addition onto your home, is the only way that you're going to make your home work better for you? Lots of people do, and I'd be interested to know if that's what you think too. Do you have a budget that you want to keep your home extension within? So you've got a cost, a price, and that's how much you want to spend. And would you like to make the most of the amount of money that you invest in your home? Get the best value out of that money that you've spent, and get the maximum benefits from the alterations that you make. So I'd love to know what your answers are to those questions. Please let me know in the comments below. And a simpler thing that you can do is just write 1, 2 or 3 and let me know which is your number 1 priority. So is it cost, is it quality, or is it time? And these 3 strategies that I'm going to share with you, they will have the potential to save you money, but they can also have the potential to help you have a much higher quality build and to save you time in getting that home that you want. And they'll also have other benefits that I get into later. So first of all, who am I? Let me introduce myself. I'm Jane, and I'm the founding director of iArchitect. And I have helped my clients, many clients, save tens of thousands of pounds just with my home design workshop. So there's a Google review, you can go and check it out if you like, where one of my clients was really happy. She reviewed my service, my workshop that I did with her, and she said that it was worth every penny that she spent on that service, because I saved her at least £12,000 by showing her how she could get all the space that she wanted with her home without having to build the extension that they thought they needed to get that space. So what we did there was we reconfigured the space that they had. And by doing that, we just demolished a couple of walls and reused the spaces in different ways and made it work in all the ways that they really wanted. So the home really works for them now, but it kept the garden as big as it was, which, you know, keeping green space, that has a positive impact on the planet. It didn't have any additional build, so it was much quicker and cheaper to do that. It also used a lot less resources, no extra bricks, not loads of stuff to build this extra building on the back, so all those earth resources protected, and also not so many builders' trucks, builders' wagons, vans, people travelling to and from for a longer period of time, and all that transport, all that petrol being used. Again, much lower impact on the planet. So it helped them to really get much more for their money, and it helped them have a much less impact on the planet. My ring light's just gone off. It needs to be recharged, so sorry if it's gone suddenly strangely dark. So if that sounds really good to you, or maybe it sounds a bit too good to be true, but let me share with you my 3 strategies, and you can apply these and try them out for yourself and see if they help you figure out better ways that you can improve your home than simply building a huge extension, because that's not the only way to do it. So what I want you to do is be a bit reflective, grab yourself a notepad and a pen and write down your thoughts as you're sort of sitting at home Or just think about this, you know, maybe when you're cleaning your teeth, having a shower, going through your morning routine, sitting down, having your coffee and toast in the morning, or having your lunch. Think about these things in relation to what it is you want to achieve. So the first thing to do is to get clear on why you want to make the changes that you're thinking about to your home. Really interrogate that and ask yourself, are they really what you want? Or are they just what you think you should have? And the reason I'm asking you this is that, you know, just because your neighbour has built a huge extension doesn't mean that that's what's right for you. Just because your cousin has got this open plan kitchen and that's what everybody's doing these days doesn't mean that that is what you want, and doesn't mean that you have to do it too. You're the most important person in your home, and it needs to reflect what you need and what you want. Nobody else's opinion matters. Nobody else is living there with you. And okay, if there are other people who are living there with you, then take into account what they want and need as well. But it has to suit you. So number 2, assess the way that you use your home now and how well or not it works for you. So ask yourself why it works and ask yourself why it doesn't. I mean, this is a really powerful way to really drill down what's not working and why it's not working, and then figure out solutions to that. So I did this with a client in their workshop. They were a young couple and just bought their first house together, and they were a young married couple and they were hoping to start a family. And they love entertaining, having friends around for dinner, and they really enjoy cooking, and they wanted to be able to cook and have their friends there at the dinner table and chat and play board games afterwards. So they really wanted a really big space where they could hang out with a big group of them. And what they wanted to do, when they came to me, they said, we want a big extension so that we can get a really big dining room and really fit everybody in it. And we talked through, you know, what they wanted and also how they lived their daily lives. And what they said to me was, oh, you know, it's a shame. We would really like to have more romantic candlelit dinners sitting around the table together, but usually we just sit in front of the TV and have dinners sat on the sofa. And I said, but why? Why is that? Because this was obviously something that they wanted to fix. It's not really working well for them, but it's not what they were doing. And, you know, they were taking the easy option. Everyone takes the easy option. You know, we are fundamentally quite lazy creatures. And, you know, if sorting out a load of stuff that's dumped on the dining table before you can have your dinner in the evening, you're not going to do that. You're going to take the easy option, aren't you? Go and sit down on the sofa where you don't have to clear anything away, and you can just sit down. You're hungry, get your food, get your dinner in you, and watch a TV program. But they really wanted to have that time to connect with each other and have a bit of romance in their life. So I asked them, well, you know, why is it that the table is getting covered up with stuff? You know, why is it that that's happening? There's no point asking why can't you be bothered clearing the table, because we know the answer to that. That's effort, much too much effort. So don't need to ask that question. But the question is, why is it happening in the first place? What's behind that? And so they said to me, well, there isn't anywhere else to put this stuff. It's our bags, it's the post as we're coming in the door, it's, you know, files and things of stuff that we're working on, and we bring it in and we just dump it on the kitchen table because that's the first sort of flat surface that we've got to put it, and there isn't anywhere else to put it. And so just, you know, only took a couple of questions asking, well, why is that and why is that happening, to realise that actually there's another solution to this, another thing that they need resolving so that they can live the life that they want. They can have these romantic candlelit dinners more regularly and do that easily. And the answer was to create somewhere to pop their post, somewhere to dump their bags and coats and all their keys and all the bits and bobs that they were carrying in to the house, and have that in the easier place, and the easier place was right next to their door, their front door, as they were coming in. And so instead of designing a bigger house extension and making this huge dining room, which actually they didn't need because they had plenty of space within their existing house, we could reconfigure a little bit and make it much bigger space without having to extend. But to make it easy and possible for them to use that in the way that they wanted to more of the time, we needed to deal with all the stuff that was landing on the dining table and stopping them from using it. And so we designed, you know, some storage solutions and some easy to put away solutions right next to the front door in the hall as they came in. And that was a much better solution, much cheaper solution as well than building an extension. And then the very last strategy, the third strategy, is to check if any of the space in your home is not really being used or it's being underused. And asking yourself if you could change the way that you use the space that you already have and make better use of it, and then have more space for the stuff that you really want to be doing. So one thing that one project I worked on, they really wanted a family bathroom and an ensuite. So lots of people want an ensuite, you know, nice to be able to get up and go into your ensuite and not have to go out of your room. You know, you can keep yourself in your contained little space and have your private bathroom type space. And so this is a beautiful old Victorian villa in a conservation area, and there wasn't a lot of scope for an extension, and they didn't want to extend. They had plenty of room. It was a big house. And they were quite willing to lose one of their bedrooms to make one of them into a bathroom. So we looked at that, but actually they didn't need to even do that, because the way that their bathroom was, it had a long corridor, and then at the end of the corridor you went down a few steps, there was a little toilet, and there was the family bathroom. So instead, what I looked at was how we could create a really large, luxurious ensuite out of, you know, those two rooms, those two separate rooms, the little toilet room and the family bathroom, merge those into one large luxury ensuite with a freestanding shower, freestanding bath, a large shower, and a double sink with, you know, huge mirror, beautiful lighting, nice roof lights so they could look up at the trees, you know, waving over their heads, and enjoy that bathroom. And then the corridor itself was actually could create a smallish family bathroom in there. So the size of the bath there had to be a bit of compromise on the size of the bath, but we could get a small bath in there with a shower over it, a loo, a wash hand basin, and a totally usable bathroom that could serve the other bedrooms really well. So that was one way that we found this kind of unused space that we could use in a much better way. And they were delighted to get rid of this corridor space, because it was really dark and unpleasant space. And their children, when they were smaller, had really been frightened of this corridor space. So by completely designing that out, changing its use entirely, we both kept the value of the home, because value of house is very much reflected in how many bedrooms you have. So if you have to lose bedroom, you have to lose bedroom. But if you can get what you want without having to lose bedroom, then you're going to have protect the value of your home much better. So I hope that these strategies of ask yourself, you know, get clear on why you want to make the changes, ask yourself what you like, what you don't like, how it's working for you, and then ask yourself if there is any unused or underused space in your home that you could use better or differently. Those three strategies can really help you to get a better home. Could be much, much faster, because it might not even need any building work at all. You may just change some of the furniture around to use it differently. And it will save you money, it will protect the planet, and all the good stuff. So I hope this has been helpful. I'd love you to comment below and let me know what you think. If you think that you really have to build a huge extension to improve your home the way you want it to. And also, what are your priorities? Is it cost? Is it time? Or is it quality? And are you interested in saving the planet? I'd love to hear from you. I'll speak to you again next week. Bye for now.